Got it.
Okay,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
the reminder. Okay, all we've done for those on the recording, we just said the Pledge of Allegiance. Here's the sunshine notice. The boroughs comply with the notice provisions of the Sunshine Law by adopting prior to January 10th of this year, a resolution prescribing the dates, times, and locations of all regular meetings of the commission. This meeting is one of the meetings listed in such resolution, and copies of the resolution were prior to January 10th filed with the borough clerk. In addition, the boroughs comply with the notice provisions of the Sunshine Law by advertising in 2 local newspapers, the change in meeting format from in-person to remote conference. Okay. Hal, we got reports.
Yes, I need a motion to file the following reports: municipal clerk, tax collector, and zoning official.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, there are no minutes and this month.
Okay. Cassandra or Rebecca, who's I understand that we have some of our yarn bombers are going to be here with us tonight. And they're here so that the police can do something about this.
We have some of our fabulous yarn bombers with us tonight, so we can recognize all of their enormous efforts and creativity in, filling the borough with so much color and happiness and light to start off the spring and get us out of the winter.
So we, who's here, Rebecca? Do you know?
We have, let's see here. Bernadette Rossi is here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look through our names here. I'm going to let, let's see here. Who else do we have? Joan Bueller, I believe, was in our yarn bombers, and Amy Riley. They are all here with us today.
Got it. So I want to, it was a beautiful day today.
Yep.
But it wasn't that long ago when they came out and did the bombing of this. And for those who may not know what it is, these folks have spent time knitting, gloves and hats and scarves for the horses at the pedestrian crosswalk and for all different little spots in town. And just one morning, and it was a cold morning, when they popped up. They just pop up and they just make things look a little nicer, and everybody just enjoys the day a little bit more. So Bernadette, Joan Bueller was involved in this. Good for Joan. And Amy is on as well. I want to thank all of you and all the rest of our knitters out there, our textile group that has done this great work. We really appreciate it. It was a great lift. So thank you.
Yeah, and Jim, I was with you, and it was a gray day, and it was just so brightened up. And if our knitters don't know, the amount of people who had their phones out, taking pictures of it with themselves, taking pictures of it alone, doing close-ups, and it just made a community's day, their week, their season. So thank you.
Yeah, it was great. It's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, all right, Hal, let's get to the business here.
Okay, we have the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 1704, amending chapter 293, stop intersections.
So this is putting in a stop sign on Atlantic Ave. I don't remember which street, Kevin. It's on this side of, what is it?
Franklin.
It's East Franklin. So it's kind of my side of Browning Road on Atlantic. And this is the public hearing on it. Anyone like to be heard on this ordinance? It's just for a stop sign. Okay, I don't see anybody. Okay, Hal?
Mayor Maley,
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Okay, we have the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 1705, amending section 237 of the municipal code to require owners of certain apartment buildings to provide security guards.
So I want to talk about this, and also there's a first reading of an amending ordinance. So we're doing these both kind of doing both together, doing it in a sequence here. So we have been advised that Parkview has brought on a security force, security guards that are working from the 8 p.m. until 4 in the morning time frame. It's the last I heard. So we're going to adopt this ordinance with respect to providing security, and then we're going to be introducing an ordinance to amend that to provide for a security plan to be submitted by the complex to be reviewed and approved by the police chief. And our hope is that this, the steps that have been taken right now will help. But in the event it does not help or solve the issues, then we'll continue to have discussion with them and to try to address the issues that remain with additional security force. So that's talking about them both together. This is the public hearing on the second reading requiring security guards. I want to open up the public hearing. Anyone like to be heard on this? This is your opportunity. If you can raise your hand on your device and we'll recognize you. Okay, Hal? I'm not
Mayor
seeing
Maley?
anybody. Holly?
Mayor Maley,
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Do you want me to skip over the next one and do the?
Yeah, That's fine.
amendment?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We have the first reading of ordinance 1707, amending ordinance 1705 and section 273 of the Code of the Borough of Collingswood requiring security guards within apartment complexes.
So that's what I just talked about. This is introducing a more specific, requiring a security plan as a next step. Okay, Hal?
Mayor Maley,
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
and Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Okay.
And the public hearing on that will be at the May 3 commission meeting. Okay, Hal?
We have the first reading of ordinance 1706, revised rules and regulations for the Collingswood Police Department.
So we're going through a process of accreditation for our police department through the JIF. I'll let Chief Carey talk a little more detail of that and what the changes on the rules and regs are.
Sure. So this is just updating the rules and regs. The last time this was done, I believe, was 1997. So working with the Rogers Group, we went through what the best practices in the state are, came up with some rules and regulations that would fit our department that were within those best practices, and talked over with the solicitor and presenting to the mayor and commissioners to pass. It's required by ordinance to pass this resolution. So that's where we're at. We're about halfway through the accreditation process now. This is just formalizing our rules and regulations so we can start putting those policies out to the officers.
And just for everybody, the accreditation process is kind of like like getting a good housekeeping seal of approval. Like you go through and get review that all the rules and regs, all your practices within the department are following the latest, greatest best practices for police work, pretty much, right?
Yeah, and it's a two-sided too. So it's not only having them in place, but it's everyone understanding them too. So there's an on-site visit that they do to make sure that we have compliance within the department. Everyone understands and has received all the rules and know what they are. So yes.
Got it. Okay. So the second reading and public hearing on that ordinance will be at the May 3 commission meeting. Hal?
Mayor Maley,
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
and Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Okay, we have the first reading of ordinance 1708, amending section 163 of the municipal code of the Borough of Collingswood fire prevention.
Chief Davis, you want to talk about this?
This is the update that we had to do when we switched from Pennsauken. The state reviewed the ordinance that we had on the books, and there were some minor changes that just need to be done to comply with what they were requesting.
So this is as we came to an end of the shared service with Pennsauken, really specifically with respect to housing inspections for the most part, right, Chief?
This is the fire code part of it.
Okay, so this is the fire code inspections and kind of making changes and splitting out from Pennsauken and adopting for Collingswood to do Collingswood inspections alone, right?
Yeah, to bring the local enforcing agency back into Collingswood, we have to have the ordinance updated with, taking the mention of Pennsauken out of there was one of them, so.
Okay. Okay, so second reading will be May 3 as well. Hal?
Mayor Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard,
yes,
and Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
All right, and now we have.
Okay, so next we're gonna have public comment on the resolutions. I'd ask not comment on the budget. When we get to the budget, we'll have a public hearing. We'll do a public hearing separate on that. So this is just any kind of public comment on the other resolutions that that are listed here. So let me get to participants. Anybody just raise your hand and we'll recognize you. Okay, Hal.
Okay, we have the following resolutions: appointing alternate members to the Collingswood Planning Board, Claire Gustafson, Conrad Taylor, Abby Rutman, and Chad Rakowski.
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Appointing members to the COVID Recovery Committee.
So I want to thank everyone. We've got a great selection of public people from town with public health background, doctors, business owners, just some residents. We got a little bit. Our goal here was to, kind of get the baker, the candlestick maker, get a little bit of everybody involved in this. We'll hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll get a meeting set up, and want to thank them in advance for their help. So yes.
yes,
Approving change order for the Public Safety Building, CM3.
So this is a change order relating to final rearrangement kind of electrical outlets based on the as-built and how desks are going to be laid out, some changes like that within the public safety building. It's roughly $30,000, Cassandra, roughly.
yes, 30,000 and
Okay.
change.
You got it. Okay, Hal? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Authorizing a 6-month option of the cooperative pricing agreement with Camden County for copy paper.
So this is just a shared service where we all buy paper together to get it cheaper. Yes.
yes,
Confirming compliance with New Jersey AC 5:30-7 for conduction of a local examination of the 2021 municipal budget.
So this is just part of what they call our self-review in DCA. If you do your budgets, the process, you do it well enough, you get a gold star from the state that says you don't have to send it all up to them and have them pour through it. You're allowed to do your own self-examination of it. So that's all this is saying. We did it the right way. Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Authorizing the 2021 municipal budget to be read by title.
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
So now let's do the public hearing. We introduced the budget last meeting. We did, we've done a few different things in publicizing it, got it out in the town crier. It's been the presentation and stuff was up on the web, on our website. So I will open it up for the public, for public comment from anyone. Raise your hand if you'd like to be recognized, and we will recognize you. Okay. Hal,
Okay.
we have to poll, right? We have to poll everybody on this one.
On the amendment, yes, on the amendment and then the adoption.
Okay, you got it. All right.
Okay, authorizing-
Betty Jo, before we do it, so the next is a resolution authorizing amendment to the budget. Betty Jo, can you just talk for a second about what that amendment was?
Sure. So we introduced our budget on March 1st, and on March 2nd, the state of New Jersey provided us with our state aid. They said it was going to be the same number, but it's just broken up between energy receipts tax and the COMTRA, Consolidated Municipal Property Tax Relief Act. So just between them, they shuffled the money around, but we're still getting the same state aid, but it flipped around a little bit between the two the two numbers on our revenue side of our general fund budget. That's what that
So
is.
it does, got it. So it doesn't have any impact on the numbers at the end of the day. What it does is simply shift where it is in the budget document,
Correct.
right? Okay,
Right.
all right. Okay, so do you need to poll us on that, Hal, to vote? Do we need an individual vote on that? Let's do that. Paul,
Yeah,
let's poll us. Let's poll us.
Authorize an amendment to the 2021 municipal budget as introduced. Mayor Maley,
Yes,
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Okay, and next we have the authorization of the adoption of the 2021 municipal budget. Mayor Maley,
yes,
Commissioner Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski.
Yes.
Confirming compliance with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
it's pretty self-explanatory. Yes,
Yes.
I'm sorry, requesting approval of items of revenue and appropriation for the New Jersey Hazardous Waste Recycling Tonnage Grant Programs.
so this is just simply asking a process to ask DCA to insert items of revenue of grants into the budget. And so it inserts the money that's coming in and inserts the money going out. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
And approving the payment of bills as presented by the treasurer.
yes.
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 Commissioner Lewandowski?
Thanks, Mayor. So the Collingswood Library, in coordination with Collingswood Conversations, is hosting April's Book Club and reading the book Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. If you don't know about it, it's a nonfiction book that examines really the unspoken caste system that sort of shaped America and shows how our lives really are defined by really a hierarchy of human divisions and how race is really a metric of that hierarchy. It's a fascinating book. Book club is going to be held on Wednesday, March 28th, 7 p.m. Via Zoom. E-copies of the book are all available through the library, as is registration info. I will tell you one of the neat things about this book is that it was through a Collingswood Conversations event that it was a community member who suggested this reading, and I'm about a third of the way through it myself, and it's truly an important and worthwhile read for all of us. So I sort of wanted to put a plug in for that. It's spring, right? And cold weather, hot weather, and precipitation leads to potholes. And they sometimes come up quick and unpredictably. So please let us know if something's there, because 30 lane miles of roadway, we don't always see it. So you can call Public Works, 858-0536, or you could go to collingswood.com or report an issue. And that would be appreciated to help us help you and help your neighborhood. Related to Public Works, thank you everyone for your patience with trash collection over the last 2 weeks. Our trash and recycling collector had issues with staffing and COVID. We're not happy about it. Thanks to the staff, to Cass, to Kevin Carey, who just beaten down their door. And I understand it was all resolved, unfortunately, after the windiest day of the spring. But we appreciate your patience there with that. That's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Leonard?
So thanks to everyone who always does their job so well, come hell or high water. There's so many challenges day in and day out. This Saturday, one of the cleanups in the park that Ben Moore brought up, and the green team was very interested in. A bunch of people showed up and picked up sticks. So the storms that we have caused new trip hazards of little sticks and big sticks all over the park. So thank you to those neighbors who came out and started to pile them up. It's amazing what windy storms will do in our homes and our streets and our parks, and seeing everybody out there was really nice, and the usual true Collingswood spirit once again. The Green Day, that is not a festival but has a lot going on, is April 24th, so that's coming. So let us know at Borough Hall if you want to buy a tree, a composter, a rain barrel, there'll be plants for sale, there'll be participation with the school, and it's sort of a grab and go. So we hope to see you out there. Hopefully it will be a beautiful day like today and not these stormy, windy days. And there'll be also, you can also have paper shred and get rid of your electronics that have been piling up in your basement. So this is a good day for that. You will see beautiful young trees being planted soon by volunteers and Public Works. Hopefully this will give us a boost. Seeing nature in Collingswood, springtime in Collingswood is always a boost to everyone. So that's it for this moment. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. A couple things. One, I just want to note for the record, this past month, we've lost a member of our borough family that really, it was just so many things happened with John Kane's passing, really coming at about the time like our town crier was going to press. And that was one of the things that John took a lot of pride in and really helped us start. And I just want to formally recognize, we've told him 100 times that he made a huge contribution for us. He did so much for the borough. He was deeply invested here. And even before he worked with us for about 15 years, but before he worked for us, he raised his family of 10 kids here. Canes were involved in everything, everywhere in town. Everybody of a pretty wide age range knows one of the Kane kids. And we miss him. We've missed him since his health's been failing. He and his wife moved up to Massachusetts just last summer to be closer to a bunch of their kids. We just miss him. I just want to note his passing and what a big contribution he made for us. The Green Day was talked about. That's hopefully going to be as well. It's going to be as good as we can possibly make it. We're also we're not going to be doing cruise nights just yet because in keeping with COVID protocols, there's too likely to be crowds that gather. But we are going to give a try to second Saturdays. Because second Saturdays don't usually, lend themselves to a lot of people gathering. They're more of a shopping event. So we're going to give that a try. About a month ago, we did a bit of an extra special 100th birthday car caravan. And there's another one, kind of getting tired of these 100th birthdays. But April 15, at 6 o'clock at night, you can get information off our website. On social media, though, the borough will be promoting it. But if you'd like to participate in that, something to do. But it's a way to help recognize one of our residents. Billy Schlein's mom is going to be turning 100. Okay, and I think that's pretty much all I have. We're going to open it to the floor. Anyone like to bring anything before the commission? This is your opportunity to do so. So just raise your hand and we will do our best to recognize you. Okay, Jen, just need to unmute yourself. You should be good. There
Good
you go.
evening. Hi, Jen Rossi, 114 East Palmer Avenue. I'm sorry, I think I missed this part of the meeting where you had approved the COVID Recovery Committee. Would you be able to just expand on what that is a little bit, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
It's a group. It's a group. We appointed the specific members today. It is a collection of public health people in public health, doctors, some business owners in town, representative from the school, and a couple of residents. And the goal is for us to meet and to review changes and issues that come about as we're going through this reopening, and to look and address what else we might, we should be doing, what we might want to do. It's really just to give us some counseling and some help on how we should proceed through this, through the next 6-8 months.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Anyone else? Kevin?
I don't think it was mentioned too, but the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day is also April 24th at the county host, and it's going to be at the Public Works Building. I think it's 8:30 to 3 of the times, but I'm sure it'll be posted on the website as well. Just wanted to
Yep.
throw it out there.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
got
I forgot to say that. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Okay, thank you all for coming. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Let's go Phillies. And let's just have a good game tonight, huh? The NCAA championship. I don't care who wins. I just want them to fight to the death. Okay, thank you all.
Wear
And
those masks.
we'll see you in May.
Thanks, everybody.